All right, today is September 24th, 2013. Let's take a look at some of the stock here. First up, Facebook. If you've been following my video, we've essentially been looking at this particular level here, somewhere around the 49.50 area. And because of this confluence here between the 161 Fib extension and also this price channel upper trend line here. And today it actually got to this point and kind of pulled back. And you can see that it closed with a little bit of a doji candle and actually got a little gap here. Since it's hitting this resistance, I would not be surprised to see maybe a little bit of pullback and possibly pulling back to this support level here at the 46. And definitely, if any kind of minor pullback, we at least should be expected to fill this gap here. But the reason why I'm looking at this 46 is also is let me go and do this change this chart to the closing basis here. And if I look at this using this close here, right, and also today's close to get this new Fibonacci swing, retracement here. And if I let me just change the color here so we could kind of see it a little bit differently. And you can see as we make the assumption that today's high would be the high point for this particular move here, and it will pull back. So if it pull back, then what I would expect is that it will pull back to first of all is this 78.6 retracement for this particular Fibonacci swing here. Okay, and here is the 141 extension for this particular Fibonacci swing at this point here. Right. So we get this little confluence of 46. Right? And if it, let's say it doesn't pull back, then at least we'll see this nice round number somewhere around this 50 area. So we probably overshoot a little bit. And, it could be still within the, this particular upper trend line here on this particular price channel here. So we wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a further movement if we go to the upside, and certainly wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit pullback as well. So either way, I don't believe the this uptrend is over yet. So we still probably be looking for further higher prices, and it would be good that if we pull back to this 78.6, then we have some nice extension level as a target. Because if we look at this particular here, this level here, this is the 200 retracement or the 200 extension for this particular Fib retracement here. Right? And usually, at least for me, I don't pay too much attention on these 200 mark or get into the 200, 300 multiple like 227, 21, 241, 261. Because usually when we get up to it, before we even get to these level, most likely we're going to see some sort of a reaction or retracement. Then we could, use that new retracement to set up another Fibonacci retracement, and then we trade based on these more popularly watched Fibonacci ratio, like the 1 to 7 here, the 141. 161, essentially, these right here, the 382, the 50%, and the 618, and the 786. So those are the more widely watched Fibonacci retracement level, and that's the reason why, yeah, there's a possibility that it could come up to this 56, but I wouldn't be using this particular extension as a catalyst to tell me to keep an eye on 56. I would probably more of using this right here, for this particular retracement, this particular Fibonacci retracement on this 161 to look at this 56, 18, something like that. Okay. So, and also just take a quick look at the weekly chart for the for Facebook, and you can see that it just continue trending, and it look like it is getting into a little bit of a parabolic. But if it continue to trend, we can't go against the trend, and until the price tell us otherwise, then either you trade long or you stand on the sideline. If you try to short this, this stock here, I think unless you're doing day trading, swing trading and shorting this guy is a little bit premature, at least in my mind. So right at this particular time, and looking at Apple. Apple again, we have this Fibonacci retracement, and you can see that Apple came down to and sort of bounced off at this 50% retracement level, and essentially came down and found some support somewhere around this pivot here, and also these level here. So right now it's coming back, fill this gap, and although pull back a little bit, and today we still have a little bit of an inside candle here. Could it be coming down to fill this little gap here? Yeah, that's a possibility. But looking at the MACD, I'm expecting it to maybe just continue, even though maybe a little bit of a consolidation. I am, expecting to see it come back up and possibly test this 507 and possibly take out that 507, right? And then get back up to this this level here somewhere, maybe in the 540, or at least get back to these area here to fill up this little gap here. So, but the 127 extension will be somewhere around this 539, 540 area. So that's basically what I'm looking at for Apple. And if you look at the weekly chart, the weekly chart doesn't look that bad. You see this. Here's the double bottom, right? Okay, and here's that pivot of that double bottom. It broke out and it came back down, to retest it, and now it's come back above it. And essentially, we're looking for this thing to get to a new higher high. And if we could get above that, then the next level, we're basically looking at maybe come up to this particular pivot, and that would be at the 520s area. So the chart doesn't look that bad on the weekly. A lot of people are thinking that it could come back down here, maybe. But right now, I still looking at Apple. There's a floor here somewhere around this 400 area. And then the next one is Netflix. Netflix, let's start out looking at the weekly. Netflix, I think a lot of people are saying that, Netflix is going parabolic, but yeah, it is going parabolic, but it's still also continuing to go up until the trend is reversed. Once you, try to pick the top, and if you don't believe in further upside or playing the long side, then, certainly you don't want to short Netflix right now on a swing type of a trade. One thing you could do is if you don't believe this guy is still continue to rise and don't want to trade on the long side, you just go to the sideline and watch and wait for the trend to reverse before you start picking off the trigger for the short, because right now it's basically going counter trend, and that could be dangerous when the momentum start moving like this. Right? And if we take a look at the daily, right? Although we saw that little engulfing candle yesterday, but today it put in another inside candle here. Looked like a harami type of a pattern, and that could be bullish. Even though it might not be, we could have this thing come up and possibly set up a three marching candle, before it collapse and come back down, and possibly get down to this trend line here on this price channel, and that still be at somewhere around the 280 area. But right now, if this thing continue to move and take out this 320 level, then we're probably looking at this 333, 343 level here. That still remain to be the potential price target on the upside. And then looking at Google, Google again, if we go back and look at the weekly, and again, all these stock, the weekly, it doesn't look that bad. You see that it's still within inside, remaining on this trend line here. And we're essentially looking for this to come back up to this 920ish and take out this, previous all-time high. But right now, it seems you have to break about this pivot level here. And if we go back and look at the data, you can see, this is the level that we're talking about. We need to take out this particular pivot, this high, then it can come back down, come back up, and retest this new all-time high here. Now, yeah, there could be a little bit of a, here's the support. If we break this, then we could look for lower prices. Maybe possibly get down to this level. But right now, essentially, it held the support here. Right. So right now it's trying to come up and break this pivot. This level here. So right now it's holding, and so we're going to wait and see if we're going to be able to break above this 907, or we're going to break below this 845. That area there. And if we look at next is Amazon. So again, on Amazon, kind of interesting. If we take a look at Amazon, once again on the weekly, still looking good, right? Still looking intact. You look at this, right? Still within the price channel, and getting close to the top of that. Right now, we got a little bit inside candle on a weekly basis, and it's got a little doji here, right? So, and if we go back and look at the daily, you see the daily here, right? If we look at, here's the 50% retracement, it bounces off that. So we got this, Fibonacci retracement, and it broke through, came down, retested, and now we break it above that. So we're probably looking at this 325, 330 level here on the upside. Okay. And then Tesla motor, and talk about parabolic. You look at this, right? See what I mean? There people think that, oh, let's go short this guy right here, right? On this candle. Look at this. If you probably got caught trapped in that short, and it just went off. It's just like a straight line going up there. It's like a hockey stick, right? you know. So, if you don't believe this stock on the, further upside, wait until it reverses. Don't go short now. You're just asking for trouble if you do that. Look at this thing. It's just trending so nicely that you just can't, where are you going to short it? You're just going to get squeezed. So right now, essentially, we're still looking at the possibility of that 190 right here. Right, this 190, this 161 extension. You see this price channel could lead this thing up to 200. Okay. So, and then, and let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. We're seeing Goldman Sachs kind of pull back. Let's take a look at a weekly. Right? On the weekly, if you look at on a weekly, even though we draw this and say, oh, it broke down here, well, kind of reclaim that. But also, I could easily, draw this here, right? What what really matters is essentially we want to see it break this pivot, right? Okay, so until it could break above that, right, then we essentially looking at the possibility of getting up to that 175 and actually that 190 area we're talking about on the new Fibonacci retracement. This level here, right? So here's the 7x6. So if we could break about this, then we could maybe possibly looking at this 190. Yeah, this is the 175 that we've been basically, kind of waiting for quite a while here. And I believe that, after this little consolidation, maybe it could come down, maybe it want to come down and fill this gap before it, come back up and take out this, this resistance and move beyond this 175 and get up to that 190. Okay, so essentially that's the some of the stock that kind of show some pretty strong upside momentum, and it still seems to be intact on the upside, even though the market might have given impression that it's getting weak because we've seen the Dow close down 4 consecutive days. But until the market has topped out, you still have to trade on the long side. If you don't see any long trigger, don't go short. Just stand on the sideline and wait. Because, like I said, I expect the Dow Jones 30 to hit another new all-time high before this market top out. So good luck with your trading tomorrow.